Hey everybody, it's your girl Jasmine, aka the Queen Bee of the Bee Party Podcast, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Mrs. Felicia Perry, also known as Coach Fab. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it so much more than you know. So to those listeners out there who are wondering who she is, or just have any questions, Felicia is a two-time Ninja Warrior, and she was a U.S. combat warrior, and she received her Purple Heart from wounds that were endured to her while she was overseas. And I've had the pleasure of working out with her, and y'all, let me tell you, her workouts, killer. I know there are so many times I would send her a message like, yep, I'm going to be the winner of the challenge this month. And halfway through, I'm like,
never mind.
Yeah, never mind. I'm like, I am so terrible for that. But nevertheless, she is really, really good at what she does. So at this time, I'm going to turn the floor over to you and let you introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hi, thank you so much, Jazz, for having me and even thinking of giving me this opportunity. As she said, my name is Felicia Perry. I just got married in August. I'm a personal trainer and group fitness instructor, co-owner of Fab2DMax here in Slidell, Louisiana. We have our own fitness studio, and I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you, and congratulations on your wedding. That is such a wonderful achievement and accomplishment. So I know that you are the co-owner of Fab2DMax, and I would like for you to just spend a little bit of time letting us know, like, what made you guys decide to go and get a business of your own?
Well, actually, we were forced. We were pressed, I will say, by God because of the pandemic. We were inside of a dance studio that we were running from when the pandemic happened. And we were set at home for quarantine for 2.5 months, like everybody else. And then after we went back to the studio, we're doing all the provisions, and the business was actually booming more than ever because, you know, COVID scared the death clearly out of everyone.
Right.
They held back, right? So I got more clients than I've had in my life. My husband got clients. He's upstairs training. I'm downstairs training. But the actual studio that we were in, the kids couldn't come back. So she had to shut down. And we were like, what we about to do? Because we got all these clients. I'm about to train in my garage. Like, ain't no way I'm about to just be like, wow, we got to find somewhere. I was like, we got to do something. So I hit up my cousin, who was a real estate agent, and told her, you know, what was going on. And she sent me like 5 different things with our specs. The very first one that she said she liked, we went and looked at, and that was the one. Like, we went through negotiations. I think I'm a beast because look, one time negotiating, I was like, we're not paying that, we paying 100 less, we're not doing that. Look,
right, over that look, navigating it to where you can get it when you want it.
I'm like, it's the pandemic. A lot of people ain't calling y'all. I don't want to hear it. So we negotiated and got our little business popping. Like, I really was like, it was really a push from God because we was not a month before our wedding. We opened July 1st.
Right.
Our wedding was August 29th. Like, that was definitely not in the cards to put up the first month rent, the eyes and all this. Like, definitely wasn't in the cards, but it's been such a blessing ever since.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad that you mentioned COVID because I remember when we were going through the COVID pandemic and everything got shut down, you guys were doing the workouts from home and you guys were filming it, and you had the the Facebook group, and everyone was getting on Facebook and working out for free because I know I was in my backyard heavy trying to get this stuff done. I was like, these are some really, really good workouts, and it was so nice to be able to do it from home and not have to go out and everything. So I was so grateful that you guys chose that platform. And I see that, like, even now today, you still have like these online deals and subscriptions and ways that people can still work out from home if they don't feel comfortable getting out. So I'm always curious to know what got you interested in wanting to be a fitness instructor. Like, what pushed you towards fitness?
I think it's so funny because it seems like everything, it was not me. It was not me, something else. You know, everybody thinks I was athletic in school, and I was not. I was in the choir. I was not on nobody's kind of team of nothing. And then in the military, they're like, oh, it's the military. No, I failed every PT test that there was in basic training except the one to leave. So I was not held over. I was actually crying when they said I passed, like, get me out of here. You know, so it wasn't any of that because I hated everything that the military did. I couldn't do push-ups, so I hated them. Of course, I can do them now, and that's why I make all of y'all do them, because you can't get to that. But I know I come from where y'all come from, doing
right,
and on the knees, clearly not gonna work,
right,
in the military. So when I got out and when I was home, I was doing at-home workouts. I was doing Insanity and Taebo, and those are like my very first workouts. Taebo, I started in Afghanistan in the tent, really, and that was like my first workout that I really fell in love with and liked. So when I came home and got out of the military, I continued doing the at-home workouts with Beachbody, and people would just ask me like, "Girl, you looking good? What you doing?" I'm like, "Working out at home," you know. So friends and family would start asking, could they come over? And I'm like, yeah, as long as you work out like same time I'm working out. Like I
right,
work out at 8, like because I wasn't doing it as
right.
bad. So long story short, all of a sudden there's like 4 people at my house. I got people upstairs on my tread climbing, people downstairs. I'm making shakes before they leave. I'm charging $5 a shake,
Right.
$5 a head, And when they left, I'll never forget in my townhouse, I had to open the sliding door because of the stink. I had all these people in here sweating.
Gotta air it out, look.
Right. And now those people are getting questions like, girl, what you been doing? But I'm like, wait a minute, I need to get a suburban certification because I technically don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what's good for me. I don't know if it's gonna work for everyone, and now strangers are trying to hit me up and I'm like, oh.
Right. Let me make sure I get all of these things aligned so that when I start presenting, people will, respect you in your craft for what you do. Because it's clearly.
But I literally started in my house, $5 a head, making $5 shakes. Right, and it meant so much to me. Like when they gave me them $5 for people, I'm like, I'm gonna look $20 and I'm at home.
I got you, yes. And I've never known that.
I was going to school at the time too. So I'm going to school online and Nevada on the West Bank. I would wake up in the morning, put on clothes like I was going to a gym to train, go down my stairs, open the door, train these 2 people, go back upstairs, take my clothes off, get back in my
and then get ready. Yeah. I've never known that story. So I think that is so interesting to know that something that started, at your home with just family and friends has now become something lucrative for you. And I can say that, like, if you're looking for results and you're looking for someone who is going to push you, Felicia is definitely the person for that. I'll never forget, because I do not like burpees at all. I hate burpees. I'll never forget you had us doing burpees for a warm-up one day, and I refused to do them. So you was like, you know what? Go do this wall sit for me. When I did that wall sit, girl, I looked at the time and I was like, see, if I would have just did my burpees, I would have been done. I was like, now I'm on the wall sit, which was, but it taught me, to just push through, because it's like you making a big deal out of something that you could have been done with by now and progressing forward. But because you want to play games, now you're doing this wall sit, which is going to take more time because I still need you to get the same results that you're going to get from the burpee. So I was like, see, but this is the type of motivation that I need. This is the type of person that I need to, put my health and my fitness into, because she gonna make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to. Like, you cannot half-ass it with you. You cannot. You have to do it. So I appreciate that from you. So I know you guys.
So funny because that was so long ago.
It was. I never forget it, because I was like, it was a lesson. It taught me a lesson, and I don't forget things that I learned from. And it taught me, like, next time I go to her class, I'm gonna do these burpees.
Knock them 10 out.
I'm gonna knock these 10 burpees out, and I'm gonna move on with the rest of my workout. So I know you guys used to do like the boot camps in the park. Do you guys still offer that? And what other services do you provide for people who may not be able to get here to the park or in this area, but want to work out with you?
So we just started back again in November doing the boot camp in the park. We had one in January last year, then COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And we just was allowed to go back to the park in November. That was the other thing, we have to be allowed, right? COVID situations and depending on what phases we're in. So we did have one again in November, and this started in 2016. We were doing one boot camp a month for free to the whole community, whoever came out, once a month on a Saturday. So we're probably gonna do another one the way this cold has been in March.
Yeah, because this weather is,
Southern folks is not coming out in the cold weather. No matter how much we're gonna tell them we're gonna warm you up, it's just not gonna work. So we'll be back to doing that. But I do have the boot camps, the virtual ones that I just started. This month was the first one. And next month, March 13th is the next one. It's at 9:30 and it's only $5.99. It's a virtual event on Facebook, and you pay through Facebook. And if you do not pay and just say you're going, Facebook won't even let you see the live. Right. like a new feature that they have that I love, like, because I don't have to
Right.
police anything.
To make sure that
And
everything is lined up. Yes.
right. And I also have Zoom personal trainings right now.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's some different ways that if anyone is out there listening and you're not in the area, or if you're just not ready to go out and be in a class setting with other people, that you
Right.
still can get fit, you still can get that good one-on-one training. Because one thing I do know about you, and when you are there, it's like you're not gonna just let somebody do a workout and it's incorrect and they just keep pushing through. She's gonna let you know, get that butt down.
Right.
Like, you know, fix those knees, straighten up. And I'm like, I didn't know you was watching me like that, but thank you. You get called out in the middle.
Always be sitting there like, how did you see me over here? First of all, that's what the mirrors are for.
Right.
Second of all, the military gave me that third eye. I can see
Yes, definitely. Because you would think she's looking at one thing and then all you hear is get that butt down. Like, why are you looking at that? Like, I'm over here doing it right. I'm trying to, you know, break for a second. Stop breaking. You got this, Jazz.
But ain't that big? Get it down.
Get it down. Definitely. So, what is your vision for your company?
Right now we're still really getting settled. We've only been at the new studio for like 8 months, and we have a 3-year contract. Now, mind you, my husband is already like, don't be set on them 3 years, because if we overgrow, we'll pay our feet and get up out of there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just trying to get settled in, and with COVID, we can't do as much as we really want to do. You know, we still haven't had a grand opening. I think he said the date is going to be May for the grand opening, so we haven't even done that yet. So we're really still getting settled into this push that we was pushed in. So I mean, once it's over capacity, it is what it is, and we're gonna get up out of there unless we buy the whole building.
And so I had a question for you too. You remember you came out with the ebook. Is your ebook still available?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to get that information so we can get that out to the viewers too, because she wrote a fantastic book and she did this release for the book and everything. And I remember reading it and just being inspired by your, you know, your testimony, as well as just the fitness journey in general. It piqued my interest so much. And I think that that is something that people who, you know, are interested in your services and just learning more about you, they should definitely get their hands on. So I'm definitely going to make sure that I add that in as well. So what makes your fitness journey or your fitness business different from anyone else's?
I think what makes it different is I've never had a humongous group setting, except for when I was teaching at the big gyms. Like I taught at Slaughter Athletic, I taught at CrossFit, and I have 40, 50 people in class, and I'm on stage with a microphone on and I'm Beyonce for a minute, you know. But there's so many people and you're on stage, there's no way to correct all of these people. And by the time I correct these people in the corner, them people over there was doing it wrong, and it's time to move to the next thing. Now that I have my own and I can do my own thing, I can stop and pause for however long I need to. And I don't have that many people that I can't fix everyone. I can fix everyone from one end of the corner. I don't even have to move, you know, and I can fix you. So I think the individuality within a group setting is what makes it different. Not just you can only go to a one-on-one to get me one-on-one. You get individualized during the class. Like you said, you didn't even know you seen me. I was talking to such and such. How you even see my butt up? Because I can see all that. But if there was a massive amount, you know, it just wouldn't work like that. That's why we still do the boot camps, because they're fun. But as far as getting results, you need more individualized attention. And some people can't afford one-on-ones. So in the group setting, I'm able to still do that. Especially with COVID, because I only do a max of 8 people in class. So I'm able to do that, and still I know your goals. I know you're not the same size as her, you're not the same size as her, and I know you can't do this, you can't do that, and I can fix it because we're on a smaller level. And I even have a new class starting Tuesday that's large and in charge. So everyone in the class will be large and in charge. So everybody will fit the same criteria, so no one has any insecurities about what they can or can't do or how they look.
Oh, that's really nice. I like hearing that, because I know for myself, like, I feel like aesthetically, I'm okay with my appearance, but I know that there are some things that I can definitely work on and improve. And when I go to gyms, I'm often, you know, kind of intimidated when I'm looking at someone. I'm like, I can't do that way. Now I don't want to come back to the gym at this time because you trying to show me up. So to know that
slim people at the same time.
Right. Yes, definitely. So, to know that you are creating this space where people can be comfortable and feel, at ease while they are working out, because that is a lot of why some people don't want to join those group settings, because like that self-confidence isn't there. You see these people like, she's 100% in shape over here and I'm sitting here, kind of slowing down the process. That's how you feel it with the thoughts that you think in your mind. So knowing that you're creating like this opportunity to give people who, want to get on a fitness journey, want to get to that level of comfort where they can then go in and be like, yes, I can come to this class with you guys.
Right.
I think that's great that you are starting that segment.
And this is not a startup. It's Large in Charge been out since I was teaching at the boxing gym years ago. The owner's wife came up with doing this Large in Charge, and you had to be able to have 50 pounds to even lose to be in the class. So that put you in a different caliber. And it, really excelled. Like I think I had 15 people, so it was really good. And what had been happening lately, I would get people come try class and they'll be looking like, everybody in here fit? And I'm like, no, they've been coming, they've been doing this, and that intimidation factor. And I was like, maybe I need to do a Large in Charge again and revisit that.
Right.
And one of my clients bring it up. You need to do a Large in Charge class. And I was like, oh, confirmation. I was like, yeah, it was years ago, because I've been from like 3 different studios since then that we had done the Large in Charge, but it was real successful, like you say, because everybody's on the same page.
Right.
But I also think that my other class that has the different size people in it, it also helps because you see different size people, different ages also doing things. Like I have 53-year-olds in the class doing stuff better than the 30-year-olds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and you can look at your clients too and see their progression throughout the time, because you showed like their journey. And so some of the people that you have been going to you for so long that it's like, she really looks good. Like that lets you know that when I invest my time and my money into this program, I'm going to get results. And that's something that I appreciate about you, just how real, how raw and authentic you are with your craft, as well as yourself, your personality. It's always like, you're going to really get the truth from you. You're really going to get some like definitive results from you. And it's needed and it's appreciated. So keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing. I really, really appreciate you and what you have brought to the area. And just again, too, you being a Black lady, like a Black woman here in this industry in Slidell, it's not something that we see often, but it's something that we really need to see. And it's really nice to just be able to get out there and just be around, our own and feel that comfort. And her class is diverse. So she does have people from different backgrounds that attend her classes. So it's just, again, but it's a nice sense of camaraderie that you have when you go to those classes. It feels like a family. It doesn't feel like
it is. And they was just asking when we're gonna do the Fab Social. Remember we had started the Fab Socials, and Amber was just asking when we doing another Fab Social. And I was like, I don't know how to angle this with COVID, or whatever, but. Yeah, they is really like a little family and a little army, and don't come for their coach. Don't come for you.
Yeah, definitely. It always feels like a family. It's always a good time. And I always tell people like I'm an extrovert. So I'm always like extremely social. But when I get around people, I become introverted and recluse and I stop speaking and stuff. And that's just because that's who I am in my core. But when you come to those classes, you build those relationships and you get comfortable. So it's always just, like I said, it feels like a family. But that's a testament to who you are and what you present for your people. That just shows just how good your leadership is, that you could take people from all of these different backgrounds, put them together, and then produce such good results. So that's a testament to you. You're welcome. So what can we expect next from Fab2DMax?
Well, from Fab2DMax, just again, we are progressing and still accepting new clients every day. And just moving forward, we plan on being bigger than the studio we're at now. We actually have 2 rooms. Max has his own side. I have my own side. So we have classes going on simultaneously. So we're just trying to grow within this stepping stone that we done stepped on.
Gotcha. Yes, ma'am. All righty. So as a business owner, what has been your biggest challenge or one of your biggest challenges as being a business owner?
I think it's probably marketing. Probably marketing and marketing and on social media, because that is the day and age that we live in. If you do not do social media and you have a small business, you do not want to grow. I'm sorry. Like you have to be on social media and being able to know what to put out to get your clients, because you just don't want anybody, because everybody's got to have a fit. And I do that now. Sometimes I'll talk to people first to see if we even fit, because I don't want everybody in my space and I don't want everybody energy.
Yeah,
we just might not be a good fit, and all money ain't good money.
That's it. Absolutely.
So I think marketing would be it, because algorithms change and all kind of stuff. As soon as you think you're doing, doing everything right, boom, everything changed. I was just getting 20 likes, now I got 2.
Yes, Facebook and Instagram are definitely changing, like just the analytics and in general about how you can even get social engagement with people, moving it from like likes and comments to now saving profiles and just all of these different things. And those are features that a lot of people don't use. Like a lot of people don't save content because you don't think to save it. And I've been trying to make it like in my mind, after I saw the new algorithm, I try to go to post now and I'm like, save, just because I want to help boost that person's performance. But definitely marketing, especially when you come from a small area and you want it to be something that is like global, national, it's like, transcends through time. Getting yourself out there is definitely challenging and a task for a lot of people.
Right. Because me and Max want to take, like how we do the boot camps here, we want to take that out
on the road.
Go to Atlanta, right?
I like that.
The boot camp, the once a month type of thing like that. But again, like you said, the marketing and getting it out there, and then COVID.
Right.
So yeah, that marketing is.
The marketing.
I need a marketing manager, bro.
Look, and so if there's anybody out there that's got some good skills in the marketing area, in that marketing field, and you may be in this area and you want to reach out, definitely make sure you guys hit her up. I'm going to have all of her contact information in the description. And at the end of this podcast, she's also going to let you guys know ways that you can get in contact with her. So what would be one piece of advice that you would give someone who may be interested in either starting a fitness journey or starting a business of their own? What's something that you would let someone know?
So for starting your fitness journey, just start. It doesn't matter where you start. Start with walking. You can start walking in your house if you're scared of COVID and going outside. I've actually seen somebody, how you have the Fitbit and it tracks you. I've seen someone do laps, and it was just in their living room up to a mile, to make sure they were still getting it in during this cold weather.
Right.
And like you can really still work out, but just start. It doesn't matter where you start. You don't have to wake up and have a plan in place. You know what? I set aside these 30 minutes for this day. I'm gonna go walk my neighborhood for 30 minutes, walk out 15, walk back 15. Just start. It doesn't matter where you start. And that goes in the book, The SOULFIT. Finding your SOULFIT, because that is gonna help you define what fits for you, what workout fits for you, what resonates with your soul, so you're not feeling like it's a hindrance to do it. You're actually looking forward to doing it. So finding your SOULFIT really helps you with that, because you're gonna be like, I gotta do this today. It's like going to get your nails done, girl. I'm going to get my nails done, girl. I'm going to my workout. You don't want to be like, girl, I gotta work out when I get off work. Because you're gonna be more liable to not do it. You're gonna go home, go to change your clothes, and be like, I'm about to take a bag and go to bed, maybe tomorrow. But if it's something you actually look forward to in the group setting, and the ladies, like you say, them asking for each other. That does
like, texting each other, holding each other accountable, making sure that we all show up.
Right. And that's why we have a group me in that group.
Right.
And I'll even check in who come into class, who come into class. Right. It's gonna be cold, but Coach Fab don't have a choice. I gotta be there. So somebody better show up, don't leave me out here in the cold by myself. So that would just be my thing for anybody who want to start their fitness journey. Just start.
Right.
It doesn't matter where. Starting a business, just know that from the beginning, everybody is not going to support your business. Family and friends are probably the least, not the most, the least supporters. Okay, so don't even look to them. The strangers, I don't know why, but the strangers just love Coach Fab. Strangers buy all my stuff. I ain't never met these people in my life, but I want to go visit them.
You become like your own little family, like y'all extended family.
Like Brenda, oh my God, I want to go to wherever she is. I know if I get there, I will be taken care of. Brenda supports anything that I do. Never met Brenda. She was a coach under me on Beachbody. Like any challenge I have, it could be the same challenge I did last month. Brenda gonna pay her money
and do the challenge and that support.
So I want to say, don't be discouraged because your friends and family are not the supporters, because it's probably not for them.
Right.
It's not their SOULFIT.
Right. And I agree with you on that because, and that's in any business, any form of facet, like it doesn't just have to, you know, relate to any one thing. You're always going to find when you are going for your passions or when you are going for your dreams, it seems like the people who don't see your vision always tends to be the people closest to you. And because you have that connection with that person, they can really detour you or stop you from going after what you really want to go after. And then you have these conversations with strangers and they're like, yeah, girl, you could do that. I would support you in that. So it's just kind of like having that discernment where you know what information to allow to come into your subconscious and what information to dispel so that it doesn't hinder you or stop you from going after what you really want to go for. I think that's some good advice because you are absolutely
it's definitely not what you think. Like, oh yeah, because I already got this many people that I know it's gonna buy, and it'd be crickets.
And they would
like when I launched my Fab Connect bands, I'm like, yeah, girl, because all these people, like, yeah, clearly all my family buy Fab Connect bands, right? They don't, but I'm sold out. So does it matter?
Right.
Nope. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, definitely.
And I still love them. All my friends and family, if you're watching and you don't I still love you.
Just being very honest though, and like I said, that's anybody, even those people, they can look at situations in their life and see like sometimes you just get more support than from people who don't know you, but who are just really interested in what you have to offer than those people who are right there. And it just happens that way sometimes. So again, just having that discernment when it comes to your dreams and your visions and whatever it is that you're trying to put off into the universe. Well, I do appreciate you for everything that you have shared and dropped with us today. Again, everyone, from personal experience, I'm letting you guys know if you work out with Coach Fab, you are going to love her. You're going to love her workouts and you are going to feel the burn. So with that being said, how can the people reach you or connect you to get your services?
I'm on Instagram, Coach Fab #1, like I am #1. Yeah. Facebook, Felicia Flake, if that's full, Felicia Perry. And my email is feliciaflakekeynote@gmail.com because I'm also a keynote speaker.
Okay, gotcha. So, well, thank you so much for that information. Everybody, if you check my description box, it will have all of the different ways that you can get in contact with Coach Fab, as well as get that SOULFIT ebook from her, because it is something that will change your life, especially if you're interested in going on that journey towards fitness and health. You really need to have this in your, collection of books that you have that you go to often. Thank you guys for holding space with me today. I will leave my keeping up with me information in the description as well. Click on my link tree to keep up with me on Instagram. Also, if you really love this podcast, please leave me a love donation. But until the next time, everybody be blessed. Thank you guys for tuning in with us today.